Folks, what is the deal? It's your man, Mr. Jacobs, the five-star man himself, here for another SmackDown review in the wide world of wrestling podcast. Thank you for joining tonight. It's been a pretty interesting time to be a wrestling fan. You have to excuse me because for some reason my stream is starting a little bit late, but thanks for joining. Uh Red Booze, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining. Okay, already with the questioning. Alrighty, here we go. Roman or Rock returning? I mean, the Rock's already there, so he's not really returning. He's already there. You just don't see him. So yeah, Roman will he'll return. Just not sure when. I honestly speaking, I don't know when he's coming back. But if I was gonna pick when he's gonna return, I mean, I would think SummerSlam. I would think that he would at least make an appearance, or I don't know, something like that. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, but he's gonna come back. Jeez, I mean, I don't know. I mean, where should we start? Where should we start? How about these qualifying matches this evening? I mean, we have the ladies. I mean, honestly speaking, it's stacking up to be a pretty cool Money in the Bank for the ladies and the men this year. I'm not complaining about it at all, honestly speaking. But yeah, let's see what else they have, going on. I mean, I'm a little bit behind as far as the broadcast on my end is just now starting. So if I'm a little bit behind, forgive me. But yeah, I mean, it's an awesome time to be a wrestling fan, I feel. Yeah, like I said, and forgive me if I'm a little bit behind. Right now, I'm at that douchebag Logan Paul looking at the arena with the title that LA Knight should be holding. I ain't gonna lie, that's a nice shirt that Logan Paul has on. Though I ain't gonna lie, that's dope. Jade Cargill. I mean, let's speak about Jade. Uh, I mean, after her last performance, I mean, I think me personally, I think that she should take a little time to do a little bit more practice. I'm not sure if she was under pressure or what. You know, Deshaun Lee, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining. Yes, we do. We have a stat card. This is a stat card. And like I said, forgive me, I'm a little bit behind because my broadcast is going back. I'm in a whole other time zone right now, so you have to forgive me if I'm about, I'd say about, I guess, a few minutes behind, a minute or two. Right now, I'm at the part where it's pretty much talking about Roman and Solo and the whole. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about that whole thing? I mean, it's inevitable, a bloodline civil war, but who should be on whose side? You know, with Jacob coming in now, Jacob's already chose a side. I mean, who's going to be the next one? We already know that Roman's going to be on this side, and of course we have Solo on this side. But you can go so many places with that. You have, of course, you have uh, Haku's other son that's not there yet. You have Zilla, of course, Umaga's son, the main one. But I mean, I don't know. You can go anywhere with it. It's pretty cool. But I mean, I'm thinking to myself, who would be the leader? I mean, would it be Roman or The Rock? I would feel like The Rock is kind of the man pulling the strings when it comes to Solo. I mean, in my head, if I was writing the story, I'll be thinking like the Rock's the one pulling the strings. So, the quote unquote, tribal chief. And whenever he speaks about the tribal chief, he's not talking about Roman. He's talking about the Rock. Think about that. I'm just saying. And think I love how Paul Heyman's playing this whole thing too. I love how Paul Heyman is just he's trying to escape. He's like, what the hell's going on here? There's some rogue agents. So right now I'm at where Solo just arrived. So if I'm a little behind, like I said, forgive me. If I am behind, catch me up on what's going on. But yeah, I mean, Money in the Bank's the cards looking pretty dope so far. As far as the Money in the Bank matches, I think it's looking pretty good. And I love how now they have more freedom with the camera shots. They go from the back to the stage to the ring. Well, I mean, they go from the backstage to the stage, and it's uncut. And then they hit the ramp. And then once they hit the ring, that's when they cut. Because it's one little continuous shot, if you notice. Uh-oh. I love it. And then you had a huge screen of Cody arriving. And I love how they're pushing the RKO shirts, man. I love it. It's brilliant. Is that black light in gorilla position? Is that black light in the gorilla position? I don't know if that's black light or what, but it's an awesome light. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, got a Donnybrook going down. I love it. I love this stuff, man. And this is at the beginning of the show. At the beginning of the show, they hit you with that. You're like, what the hell is going to happen with the rest of the show? You think? Look at them. They're going all over the place. That crowd's going nuts, too. They're loving it. I'd be in heaven if I was there, man. And that's the rest of the. I mean, if you've ever went to an event, either whether it's independent or a dark show or a TV taping, the atmosphere is always cool. I mean, there's always one asshole that gets too drunk and wants to put themselves over, but for the most part, it's pretty enjoyable. Everybody's on the same vibe, you know. I agree, Michael. I mean, this is the start of it, though. This is just the start. This is how they're going to begin the show. I mean, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Damn. This is good. I love it. And the referee's like, what the hell, man? Bring the staff out. What are you going to do? What's the staff going to do? Get RK hold everywhere? That's great. I love it. And you see, it doesn't even have to be an opener. It doesn't have to be an opener. It could be just a great segment that can get the star of the show over. You don't have to have a stellar match. All you have to have the thing is that people complain about whenever in the past people have complained about whenever they would start the show with a segment. But to me, I feel like if you make that segment impactful and powerful, then it's gonna set the tone for the rest of the evening. I feel, and they did a great job at setting the tone. So right now, I mean, they got the crowd hot, fighting everywhere. People are fighting everywhere. I mean, it's great. Red Bulls, exactly. Hot start. You get that crowd hot going in. I mean, that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's just it's entertainment 101. I'm not mad at that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of things that would change about the product. It's very subtle, but I think people do notice it. One thing is the camera shots. A lot of another thing is that it's getting mature, getting more mature. I mean, they're getting ready to go on Netflix. So once Raw hits Netflix, I think all bells are off. You're gonna see a lot more of that content. But I mean, what a start. I mean, now I'm ready to see the rest of the show. That's how you start a damn show. Then you got Connor coming in a second. But yeah, I mean, you gotta give wrestling fans what they want. You have that's like what's key. Wrestling fans go to see a wrestling show. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. Jim Cornette said this: wrestling fans pay to see wrestling because they want to watch wrestling. So if a wrestling fan wants to go see wrestling, give them a wrestling show. I'm not gonna go up and down now. I've already had my words with Tony Khan. So I hope the Rock is on tonight. That'd be pretty badass if he was. I mean, that would only elevate the show. But I mean, for a start, that's a hot start. I'm not mad at that. And like I was saying, I mean, you can have you can have the show start with a good with the segment as long as it hits. If that segment hits, then it's all good. You just have to have that crowd. You have to have that crowd, you know, keep up with it. You have to make them care about it. And that what we just saw is a key example of making the crowd give a damn about what the hell they're doing. I mean, it's 101. Who are these people? Why are they fighting? And why should I care? And they answered all that in that one segment. So yeah, it was impactful. Pretty cool. There he is. There's the guy.
Yeah, I caught the opening on my phone. I was
Man, that was
really
hot,
really
man.
and we're still not done with this segment.
No, they're still trying to break it up. You got Nick Aldis trying to calm it all down. I'm just waiting on him to take off the damn suit and start fighting somebody, man.
I've kind of teased him wrestling a lot.
Yeah,
Last week with Drew McIntyre pushing him.
him and Roman. I remember him and they teased him and Roman.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Rad Booze says, I feel like WWE's doing a really good job with a lot of its stories getting bigger every week. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right about that.
Yeah.
I think they're listening to the fans. Actually, I mean, Triple H. He's the one saying, "Hey, the fans are the ones that are paying the bills here, so we should listen to them." And the thing is, Triple H has been in the trenches. Not only has he been a wrestler, but he knows the business side of it. So he's a perfect fit for what he's doing right now.
If he would have taken over a few years ago, a lot. I'd be curious to see what would have happened and what wouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
There, Nick
you get
Aldis.
some security.
Nick Aldis.
You get all the security.
Yeah, he's had enough.
I think.
Yeah,
He was like, "I'm out of here."
we haven't seen Jacob though. Paul Heyman asked when the show started. He asked Solo, "Where's Jacob?" And he didn't say anything.
probably under the ring. But
Probably.
it's good for all you smart marks out there. I love how they're pushing the RKO shirts. I want one of those. Yeah, hot start. Hot start. And that crowd is lit too, man. Look at that crowd. A triple threat. Is that what you're thinking, Cody? Mr. Jacobs, are you going to watch Beverly Hills Cop? You know what? Yes, I think I am going to watch that. I'm a huge fan of the original, so. And in my opinion, you can't go wrong if Eddie Murphy's in your movie. So
Police department. The police. Is he defending his title tonight? That's what he said.
I mean, sometimes Cody can run out the mouth when he's hot. I'm not sure if he meant that or not, but it sounded like he said that. He's a Rhodes after all, you know. He's like, F those cops. They just dropped the whole security staff. You think they won't drop you? Oh, they have guns. I forgot.
I wonder if that's an actual police. Or if
They're
that's
probably
just
actual police officers because they do use actual police officers in some shows. But it's usually like the security, quote unquote, the security that gets beat up.
the Bloodline's supposed to be closing the show as well tonight because they had that ceremony thing.
Oh yeah, the acknowledgement ceremony. I bet
That's
Roman's
what
pissed off about that one.
that's where someone's supposed to be doing something tonight. There's, I
That's what I'm
subscribed to
saying.
fight.
Like, go ahead.
I subscribed to Fight for when they had the full rundown. It's got the
Hmm.
Bloodline opening the show and the Bloodline ending the show. So someone's gonna do something tonight.
I mean, think about it like old school Attitude Era Raw. Usually, like the person that's begun the show ended the show. Like back in the days, like if Stone Cold begun the show talking this stuff and drinking beer, he was gonna end the show stunning people and drinking beer.
Yeah. I was around with the first Tiffany, Jade, and Candace. This is the match I was most looking forward to.
Who do you got in this one?
Tiffany Stratton.
Okay, that's a
I've
good
been
choice.
saying it for months that she should win the Money in the Bank. It writes itself. Pink Money in the Bank briefcases, money to be made. With Bianca, she didn't win her match on last week. She didn't win,
Yeah,
so I don't think Jade's gonna win either. I think they're
and that's
slowly. I don't know. They could do Jade and Bianca at SummerSlam, but
I would say that for WrestleMania. I mean, that's a WrestleMania match, Jade and Bianca.
They just teamed together. They haven't been teamed for too long.
I mean, I would have rubber matches and then like save the main match for like WrestleMania.
Yeah, like they've been teaming together for a little bit, but they haven't really. I don't think it's time to have them turn on each other just yet.
Mhm.
I mean, they
But
could.
also, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, they could do it for SummerSlam, but I suppose they could
Hmm.
wait a little while for that.
I think so too. They can stretch that. They can stretch it, and then and like, and the thing is that they can turn it on its head. They can have Bianca go here. I mean, they can be they can be the catalyst. Like Bianca, she can be like, "Okay, you were holding me back. I didn't need you." Da-da-da-da. And she can just turn her.
Yeah,
Or it can go the other way. Jay can be like, "I didn't need you. You were holding me down. I
that's
could have been
probably.
somewhere if they didn't put me with you." I mean, it can go either way. It's brilliant storytelling if they do it the right way.
I'd like to see them do a 180 and have Bianca go heel because she's never been a heel, never.
Exactly.
And the one line, like we know Jade botched a lot in their last tag team match. I
Oh my
want
god, that was horrible.
I want Bianca to give them the mic and say, "Who carried your ass in that match and who got us the loss?"
Exactly.
That's the perfect line.
And
So,
Bianca will be justified in her heel turn because we'll all be like, she's kind of right about that. She carried you through that one match.
because someone
You
like
you
Bailey is a really good face. Before she turned heel the first time, she was a really, really good face, and a lot of kids liked her. When she turned heel, she was an even better. She's better as a heel than a face. I'm
right.
curious to see because Bianca's always been a face. She's never turned heel, so I'd be curious to see. I'd be curious to see
I
how
could
that.
see I could see her being like Jade was in AEW when she was a heel,
Yeah,
being like the bad bitch in the room. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. I know a perfect person that could put with her because I don't because Jade has improved a little bit. She's improved a lot since being WWE. She's doing a lot of moves that she wasn't doing in
Hmm.
AEW. She's improving, but she still is a little green. Uh,
Yeah.
if they still wanted to put someone with her, like a mouthpiece or someone, the perfect person is MVP. He's the perfect person.
Oh, I
He's
didn't
with
think about that. You're right.
he's doing Omos, but we never see Omos. He's a free agent. He's not assigned to a brand, so he comes. All he does is he comes into the Royal Rumble every year, and that's it. That's all he
Yeah.
does. Like that's all Omos does. He'll go into the Royal Rumble, lose, and then we'll see him the next year in the Royal Rumble. So I like to see MVP manage her. Personally,
Damn.
Mark Henry is a free agent now. He's no longer with AEW. I'd sign Mark Henry and do the whole AEW thing I was talking about. The world's strongest woman.
You're right. Yeah.
I, if you can't do Mark Henry, MVP is a good option. But personally, I'd rather see Mark Henry for the world's strongest woman.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. That's good. I
They
didn't
can
think
bring
about
back
that at
the
all.
Hall of Pain. And
Hmm. Well, I'm showing a replay of it. So nice they had to show it twice.
22 minutes into the show.
That's what I'm saying though. When you have a really good segment, I mean, like I was explaining before you got on, like there's some people that complain that the segments are first before a match. But if you have a really impactful segment and you get the crowd into it, you get the audience into it,
Yeah.
it's not gonna matter.
I bet if
It's not
Roman
gonna
or The
matter.
Rock comes back tonight, they won't be saying that.
Right.
They'll be saying like there'll be some fans, and then like they'll delete tweets and like they didn't say it. But so
Right.
I think someone said that like why are we talking so much during the opening segment? And then someone comes out and they said, "Oh, I'm so glad they opened with this. Like they definitely should have done this." But before you were saying you didn't want to see talking segments, so
Right. I'm gonna take a bathroom break. I'll be right back.
all right. And if anyone does not know, this is the last episode of Kayla Braxton on WWE television, at least for the foreseeable future. She is not going to renew her contract with WWE. WWE did offer her a new contract, Kayla Braxton, but she did not want to renew the contract. And she's not going to AEW. She made that clear on Twitter uh, that uh, if she wanted to leave the wrestling, how did she put it? Basically, that the bottom line is that she's not going anywhere else. And if she was wanting to stay in the wrestling business, she wouldn't. She would want to stay with WWE, the biggest wrestling promotion in the world. So maybe she'll be back in the future, but tonight is her last night in WWE. Which they got plenty of ring announcers, They got Jackie Wynn, they got uh, Kathy Kelly, they got those two are the main two. I think that's what they're going for. Like they're going to push them more, and they didn't really have any plans for her, so she probably saw the writing on the wall. Uh, that's just how the business is sometimes. Some people come, some people go. But I think Taylor Braxton will be back in the future. I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
hope so.
I wouldn't be surprised if she goes to ESPN or something.
She's great. She's not bad at all when it comes down to doing her interviewing and stuff. I mean, she's not bad. So I hope I wish her the best, whatever she does.
Yeah, she did. She's not going anywhere. She kind of made Dave Meltzer look pretty bad. He said that there had been talks with her and AEW, and then she comes back and says if she was wanting to stay in the wrestling business, she would stay with the biggest promotion in the world. So
Right.
she clearly had, but WWE did offer her a contract, but apparently it's her decision to do something new, and apparently whatever this new thing is, it's not wrestling related. She may got a bigger job offer, more money.
Nothing
Uh,
wrong with that. Get that bag, girl.
but I think she'll be back in the future. But I think she's going to be doing something with ESP. Like that's how a lot of people do. Like Jonathan Coachman did that. Todd Grisham. I don't know where Todd
Yeah.
Grisham went nowadays. I used to love Todd Grisham, but he doesn't. I don't know what happened to him. You don't hear nothing about him.
I mean, last I heard of well, damn, you're
I know he
right.
went.
I haven't heard of him for
I
a
know he
while.
went to ESPN, but that was years ago. I don't know what he does,
Hmm.
but yeah, even Jonathan Coachman's came back. Uh,
Yeah.
there's been people come back, but they got some. It's never hard to find a ring announcer. I mean, or a backstage interviewer. They got Kathy Kelly. They got Jackie Redmond. They've been really pushing
Hmm.
Jackie Redmond. She's been doing the WWE NHL stuff. She's been doing anywhere WWE's at. Like if they, like before, like the night before SmackDown, like for a baseball game, she's there. Like
Yeah.
one time it was Chicago Cubs and Punk. It was Punk, Jey Uso, and Jackie Redmond. So
Wow.
they got her doing a lot of stuff. And they also had like the Chicago Blackhawks and Punk and it was Punk, Jey Uso, and Jackie Redmond. They were all there.
Oh, that's
Anything,
cool. Oh, yeah, I saw the picture. They took a picture.
yeah, they got a vlog thing of that. It was actually pretty funny. They apparently Jey Uso never had watched hockey before, and that was their first time. That was his first time
That's
watching it.
pretty cool.
All right, here we go. First, we got two women's qualifying matches. They made a different change to the men's and women's Money in the Bank. There's 6 participants this year. Normally it's like 7 or 8, but this time they're going with 6 each.
Hmm. Rad Boost has a good question.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for this to pop up. That's something that we were planning on doing. Well, I guess we got to strike with when the iron's hot. Uh, where's your favorite
Yeah.
SmackDown? Wow, that'd be tough. I don't know what my favorite SmackDown would be. It may
Favorite match on SmackDown?
be a match.
Damn.
That's a lot of years to go back and look.
I can't pick it. I can pick. Well, you couldn't pick. I mean, thing is, do you know how many awesome matches have been on SmackDown over the years? It's hard to pick just one.
That'd be impossible to just narrow down to one. But
That's a loaded question, Michael.
but some matches that come to mind, I'll just throw some matches out. Triple H and Jeff Hardy when Jeff Hardy beat Triple H for Intercontinental title. It wasn't really a match, but Booker T and Stone Cold, the grocery store fight or whatever, wasn't a match, but it technically was a match. No one won the match, but it was a brawl. Uh, Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, they had a lot of good matches.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Taker and Brock Lesnar. No, Taker and Angle.
Taker and Angle,
Yeah.
Taker and
Yeah.
Cena. What happened? Oh,
Oh.
all right, Nia and Bianca. Now you go to commercial. How many commercial breaks we need? Damn, we just got back.
Now, as far as Dijak, let's go. Let's circle back to that question. As
Yeah,
far as
that's-
Dijak, I mean,
this question has kind of sparked a new show that we're going to do. I think. Just
Yeah.
this question: what do you think about Dijak? I will talk about a little bit on Talking Elite, but not in detail. I like Dijak. He was good before he was T-Bar, and then once he was T-Bar, it was downhill from basically every member of that group. But he did recover from the group. He went back to NXT, and he went under the name of Dijak, and he really improved. He had a lot of good matches. He rebuilt his character from scratch. He had a lot of good matches with Oba, especially one during WrestleMania weekend. That triple threat with Oba, Josh Briggs, and Dijak.
yeah.
He was called up to the main roster on Raw. Wasn't seen once. He was using he was used sometimes on main event. He had a match on Speed, and then he was let go. He wasn't let go. His contract was not renewed. His contract
Technically, he was. Yeah.
his contract expired actually today. He announced yesterday or the day before that WWE had decided not to renew his contract and he was going to be a free agent. And for what I don't know how that could happen. Not like why call it like if you weren't going to use him, like don't even call him up. Like just let him be in NXT, write out his contract, don't even do nothing with him. But the kind of I don't know why they even called him up. Like they just did it to do it. And he was in the supplemental draft after the broadcast had went off the air.
Mm-hmm.
Which he said in his interview that was right on the wall that it was going to go downhill from there. I just don't know how you have someone like Dijak and you don't use him. But if you're looking at it from a bigger guy standpoint, on Raw they've already got Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Braun Strowman. If I have to choose, I'm probably going to choose Braun Breaker over Dijak. I'm sorry, I like Dijak, but Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. I might pick Dijak over Braun Strowman, but Dijak he will be a free agent. This is an issue with a lot of contracts. That they're letting him expire. Like he was notified that his contract wasn't going to be renewed like 2 days before his contract expired. Like normally they'd let you know way in advance, like a month or two, that they're not renewing your contract. And there's a lot of contracts fixing to be up, and they're not renewed. Natalia's contract's up this weekend, probably. They got contracts.
Yeah, I heard about her too. Yeah.
They got contracts. They got so many people who's not been renewed. But Dijak will, as of today, he's a free agent, so he's no longer with WWE. I know a lot of fans are upset about it on Twitter.
I'll say
Yeah.
this. I will say this. I mean, this is This is one case that I will say of WWE dropping the ball. In my opinion, I feel like you can't do. I feel like there's something for him somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's my opinion. I mean, I think he's a great talent, and I wish him the best wherever he goes. Really, he can go on the indie circuit to make money. He can kill it now. Really.
Yeah, there had to have been a spot for him. Like, even if there's nothing for him on Raw, keep him on NXT. Like NXT's been killing it actually the past couple of weeks, and he was doing good there. I mean, why not just keep him on NXT? Shawn Michaels praised him a lot. Triple H praised him a lot. Uh, I don't get why. Like you have someone like Odyssey Jones on the roster, doesn't do anything. How is he still there and Dijak isn't? That doesn't make any sense. Now, honestly, I haven't really seen him in the ring at all because he doesn't do anything, and that
They
might
don't
not.
give him any time to.
Yeah, and like that's probably not even his fault. Like I actually seen him one.
Exactly.
I seen him one time when SmackDown was in Memphis last year. No, no, this year when The Rock was in Memphis when the Cody and Rock stuff, and he was in a dark match against Cedric Alexander, and he was pretty decent. Uh, but I know he was in NXT at first, and that's where he started. But I don't know. Like there had to have been a spot for him somewhere on Raw. I mean, I don't think he should have been a main eventer or a world. Well, I think he probably could have been a good world champion, to be honest. But starting out,
That's debatable.
starting out, that could have done something with like maybe not go for a title or get a heavy push, but that could have done something. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't tell me there wasn't something for him to do there. Like there, I mean the Awesome Truth stuff is. I mean, eventually storylines are gonna dry out. And you're gonna need new people, so I would have renewed his
Yeah.
contract and eventually put him into something. Maybe not right away, because some fans they want everything right now, right now, right now, right now, right now.
Right. Popcorn ready.
Yeah, like they want it right now, and then if you give it to them early, and they still don't like it. But I hope he goes to TNA. I know everyone wants to say this person should go to AEW, this person should go to AEW. The whole wrestling world should go to AEW, basically. Uh, which AEW has a lot of bigger guys that don't get booked well.
Yeah.
It's Archer, Brian Cage, and it's not just about winning all the time. Like to a certain extent, it is because if you're losing all the time, you're losing all your credibility. Like
Yeah.
Brian Cage loses all the time, like Archer loses all the time. Hobbs, he's injured currently. Who is that?
Whoa.
Indy Hartwell. Bianca did
That
it.
was damn. She came out of nowhere. When she's
Bianca,
running, she's gone.
Bianca did that. Bianca did that. We all seen it.
Oh, the small package.
No. I like
Oh.
Candice. I like Candice LeRae, but
The knees are up. The knees are up.
oh, that was a good moonsault.
It's Tiffy time.
Moonsault. Day. All right, count ref. 1.
Damn.
Yes.
Damn, Tiffy did that. I ain't gonna lie.
Tiffany is going the Money in the Bank.
You get it, girl.
She's got a good moonsault.
That was the perfect form. That was like Kurt Angle form. You know what I'm saying? That was Kurt Angle, moonsault. Perfect form.
Perp Stratton.
Hope they play in slow motion. Indy came out of nowhere. I love it. Indy letting their dark side out.
We did see them go against each other a few times, and they lost against Jade and Bianca. So they kind of got. I like the ending there because they stood up 2 or
Look
3
at that
people.
form.
Ooh.
That's a perfect moonsault, man.
Like looking at it in slow motion, it doesn't look like she's gonna get it in time, but some way, somehow she.
That was like a Kurt Angle moonsault. That was dope.
I like the duo
Now,
with Tiffany and Nia. That's not something I would personally on paper. I wouldn't put it together, but seeing it, it's actually pretty funny.
Nia's gonna turn on Tiffany. She sees Tiffany as a threat. That's why she's sticking close to her. Think about that one.
She wins the Money in the Bank. She is. She wins the Money in the Bank.
Think about that one. It's all intricate storytelling.
She's gonna get, if Tiffany wins, she's gonna get close to the Money in the Bank holder. So then she can go up play Davenport.
I love Naomi's gear. Look at that. That's the controller gear. The Xbox. I love it.
Oh yeah, just now realized that.
It's controller. I love it. Whose idea was that? That's sick.
Glow. That was a good first match,
Hell yeah.
even though most of it was in commercial break. The
The
ending,
right woman won, I think.
yeah, but like the ending was good. Like the finish of that, we like that set up
Yeah.
that set up 2 or 3 stories in one. It furthers, well, Tiffany's going to Money in the Bank. The potential story between Tiffany and Naya, Jade and Bianca, and Candice and Indy. Yeah, 2 stories in one.
That was great. I mean, that's what you want. I think that's what WWE has mastered is being able to tell all these intricate stories and wrap them into one little bow.
Sometimes it's hard to do that and make it look good. Like
Yeah.
WCW would do that, and then it wasn't. It's a complex thing to do, and if done right, it's pretty much magic. But I'm glad Tiffany won. Now, like the 2 people I'm going for in the Money in the Bank, well, for men's and women's. On the men's, I want Jey Uso to win, but I want Chad Gable to win. I don't know who to pick.
Right.
I don't know who to pick in the men's. It's either Jay or Chad, but in the women's,
I'm going for Jay personally. Yeet.
see, it's the same thing with Tiffany. You can merchandise that. Yeet in the Bank. He can have his own custom money.
Yes.
He can have his own custom Money in the Bank briefcase. It'd sell millions of dollars.
Yeet in the bank. There you go.
That would sell like it'd be a blue case. Yeet in the Bank.
Instead of cashing, it's gonna be yeeting in.
It'd make millions of dollars.
I mean, come on. It has some money written all over it already.
Same with Tiffany. Pink Money in the Bank. Tiffany in the Bank. Or Tiffy Time. I don't know. You could put Tiffy Time on it.
Tiffy's Bank.
We've seen that a lot. Not a lot. We've seen RVD with his own custom. We've seen Damien Priest with his own custom.
Edge. The first one did well. The first Money in the Bank dude person to win and cash in was Edge. He had his own custom. He had the rated R superstar on his briefcase. Well, actually, the one they used on Raw and stuff was black.
Yeah,
but he does have his own personal case. He did have his own personal case.
Because starting out it was just a normal briefcase, a black briefcase, and then they changed it to it was branded, so red for Raw, blue for. Then they went just it's like gold for the men and white for the women.
Yeah.
But now not everyone does, but some people do have their own. Did CM Punk have a custom one? Because he went. I don't know if he did or not.
No, he didn't have a custom one. I don't think so.
Not many have had it, but the ones who had, they've had pretty. Like RVD's was pretty cool.
I think he wanted a custom one, but he didn't get it.
It's pretty.
Go figure.
All right, Mia Yim. You really want to rematch Nia Jax?
I mean, she hasn't had enough yet.
Street Profits.
Now, Street Profits, that's another tag team that I feel like if they work it right, man, they can be one of the best tag teams next to the New Day of this generation.
Oh, Pretty Deadly.
Pretty Deadly's. I forgot they're back.
Fans were complaining that. Well, last week we saw them in the crowd. We saw that both of these teams.
Yeah, they had the pose. It was like,
and we saw Cedric and Shante, I believe that's his name. All of them are in the crowd.
Yeah, I think the best thing that I like about Pretty Deadly is that I was watching an old replay of SmackDown when Pretty Deadly were on, and he was like, "I can't stand them. I hate them."
I'm like, why? He's
Mhm.
like, they're annoying. I was like, that's the best part.
We're gonna get a match, aren't we? This has to.
So Pretty Deadly versus Street Profits has to go down. It's going to go down, right?
At that point,
It has to go down.
either tonight or next week or Wade
And I'd
Barrett's
be
going.
damned if Pretty Deadly beat Street Profits. Street Profits is going to have to go over on that one.
Wade Barrett definitely wants to see it.
But honestly speaking, I enjoy this. I enjoy Pretty Deadly because they're so annoying. They remind me of like the old school wrestler Gorgeous George.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like they're like two of him. If you think about
yeah, I
it.
could see that. I could see that a little bit. The last thing I'll say about Dijak uh, is a lot of people want to see him in AEW. I would hate for him to go to AEW and him do what Lance Archer's doing.
Yeah,
I can tell you what they do. Like they bring him in, he would have a really good debut. He'd win a few matches on Dynamite. He'll have a title match against. They'll put him against Jack Perry. He loses. Collision. He'll go against Will Ospreay. He'll lose. He'll go against Moxley. He'll lose. Then he'll go against Claudio. He'll lose. And then we won't see him for 3 months. He'll come back, go against a jobber, and then he'll get a title match and lose. That's just what they'll do. Personally, I like to see him.
Yeah.
I like to see him in TNA because not everyone has like. There's other companies besides WWE and AEW. Like they're not the only. Like AEW can't have everyone, and WWE can't have everyone. And there's a lot of good
right.
matches Dijak could have in TNA. Josh Alexander, Moose, uh, and maybe he could still work with WWE in some capacity with TNA and WWE having a partnership.
Exactly. Exactly. Maybe exactly. You're right. Maybe they'll show you TNA, and the forbidden door is already open as far as that. So I mean,
I
he can
feel like
come back as far as anything.
I feel like WWE needs their own term. Like, because I know they're not going to want to copy off of AEW. All right, first men's qualified match. But yeah, I hope he finds. I really hope that he does what Drew McIntyre did. He goes out in the independent scene, he reinvents himself, and he proves everybody wrong, and he comes back and is better.
Right.
He's better than ever. A lot of Cody Rhodes did it.
Mm.
Drew McIntyre did it. Uh, Bobby
Yeah.
Lashley technically did it, but he was already good in the beginning with. But yeah,
I mean,
I really don't want to see him in AEW because they're not even using the people they have. And
Right. Yeah.
and like he mentioned that he's fine with putting people over, but to a certain extent, you got to win some. Like, you can't have the same people winning and losing. At that point, it just gets predictable. But
Yeah. And then when it gets predictable, it becomes boring. And when it
yeah,
becomes boring, nobody's gonna watch.
like if I already know, it's like going to see a good movie. I already know the ending. I already know. Why do I even want to go see it? But
Good point. Exactly.
but there is Forbidden Door this weekend. They got open spot that ladder match. He could take that. I don't know. Uh, but hopefully he. I want to see him do what Drew McIntyre did and Cody and go out and prove everybody wrong in WWE.
Yeah. Let me talk to you.
Now in this match, we got Santos, LA Knight, and Logan Paul. I think Santos is going to win, just because I think they're building towards LA Knight and Logan Paul singles match.
Right.
Oh, Jalen Brunson.
Oh shit.
I don't know if anyone knows that he used to play for my team, the Dallas Mavericks, but we were stupid. Uh, and he plays for the New York Knicks now.
Shout out, shout out. That's cool.
On Monday there was someone there from a sports team. Where were they at on Monday? They were in Indiana. I think they had someone from the Indiana Colts there.
Oh, I think
The, the
I'm,
Indianapolis
I'm
Colts.
forgetting who it was, but I don't know who you're talking about.
Let me ask you a question. Did you get a chance to play the new DLC in 2K24?
With Honky Tonk Man. And yeah, I played. I played as Honky. The only ones I've had a chance to play is Post Malone and Honky Tonk Man.
The Post Malone's pretty fun. Honestly speaking, they did a pretty good job with his entrance and the music, and it's pretty cool.
The ones I need to play as, well, I did use Jimmy Hart. If anyone doesn't know, you can play as Jimmy Hart as manager. They got
Yeah.
if anyone plays the my faction, you got some stuff in that. But the Honky Tonk Man, I'm from Memphis, so if I can play anyone besides Jerry Lawler, it's always good. I like Jerry Lawler, but I've seen him so much that it's just good to have someone else from Memphis. It's not Jerry
He's
Lawler.
like a next door neighbor now.
Yeah, like tonight in Memphis on Bill Street. Guess who's having a meet and greet? By their bar and grill, Jerry Lawler.
Didn't he run for like mayor or something like that? Or
Yeah, years ago he did.
yeah,
I actually have the newspaper. Someone gave it to
that's
me.
that's awesome.
He didn't come a chance. I think that's
He's not dressed in the body Ventura.
yeah. That's what he thought he was gonna do. I don't even know. I don't even know if he had a chance. I wasn't even born, or if I was born, I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, I need to play as the headbangers, Martian. Uh,
Yes,
they really outdid.
I recommend that.
Was the headbangers in ECW? I don't think they were
Uh,
because I
I'm
feel
not
like
sure. I mean, honestly speaking, they may have been there by a different name, but I know them as the Headbangers.
I feel like they should have been in ECW just based off their characters. How wasn't they in ECW?
good
But
question.
I actually seen them wrestle not too long ago, and they can still go in the ring. Like they're just like they were in the Attitude. Like they can still go. Like I was
Yeah,
surprised.
they're still wrestling. Yeah,
Like I was still surprised that they ain't also stuck. But yeah, I've played as Post Malone's actually the best one out of the like in ring wise. Like they really buffed
yeah.
him up. They really buffed him up, and yeah, he's my favorite to
They
play.
give him a good move set too. They give him a pretty
Yeah,
awesome move set.
because sometimes it's curious to see how they give these people move sets. Because like one time they had Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. They had they got Muhammad Ali in the game. Like they've had certain celebrities, and it's always
Yeah,
interesting to
Muhammad
see.
Ali's still in the game.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to see the move sets because they've never
Yeah.
wrestled before, so you don't know what the move set's gonna be like.
Well, technically, Muhammad Ali's wrestled.
Yeah,
He did like him and it was him versus Antonio Inoki, I believe. I could be off, but I think I'm right about that. Him and Antonio Inoki, and I believe Vince McMahon was one of the muckety mucks that made that happen.
yeah, yeah. Muhammad Ali's done some stuff in WWE. He was yeah, he's done some stuff. WWE's bringing WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble to Indianapolis. See, Indianapolis isn't too far from me. I'm going to SummerSlam. I don't know. I might try to go to Royal Rumble.
I mean, it's not really that far, really. I mean, it's far, but it's not like that far. You're not going to be going cross country.
I don't really want to travel to New York City, but I at least want to go to Madison Square Garden at least one time in my lifetime.
That's on my bucket list too.
That's not just wrestling. Just there's been a lot of big things happening there. New York Knicks,
Concerts.
wrestling. Like there's been all kinds of historic things that happen.
I love how Paul Heyman is playing this whole thing right now. He has stock. He's trying to escape. You know, I was about to say Stockholm syndrome, but that's not it. He's trying to escape.
He's not going to answer you that. If he didn't answer it before, he's
That's what I was thinking. Like, is he talking about The Rock or is he talking about Roman? You know, Solo. When he talks about the head of the table or the the chief.
I think he's talking about The Rock.
Exactly. Like it's ambiguous right now. You don't know who he's talking about, or you don't know who he's talking about. It's up in the air. You would think he's talking. You would think he's talking about Roman.
Because he keeps
You
saying
would think that.
he keeps saying that he's talked to Roman and this and that. If you remember, the first week that Roman was not there, Paul Heyman was going to call the Roman Reigns, and he took the phone and threw it down.
Yeah,
He didn't want to call
threw
Roman.
it down. Mhm.
He didn't talk to Roman. Ain't no one talked to Roman.
Exactly.
He's saying all this stuff, and he probably is taking orders from the tribal chief, just not Roman Reigns. The Rock's
Exactly.
The Rock's probably calling him tribal chief because, well, for one, he's The Rock, and
Yeah.
two, he pinned Cody and Roman didn't.
Oh, there you go. He has one over him. There you go. That's it. That's it. Take that, man, and stretch that. You can make money out of that. I'm telling you, that's money right there. And things the Rock could throw that in his face one of these days. Well, I pinned Cody. You didn't.
Technically, Roman
I
did
got the
pin
job
him.
done. You couldn't.
Yeah, like if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have won on that one.
Exactly. Look at Paul coming out in his Lex Luger gear. That's hilarious.
It's a weird.
He is a narcissist. I'll give him that.
The Titantron Paul's on a weird. Why does it keep on? Is it going blackout for you too?
No. I just see a Titan. I just see a weird Titantron of people.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Like, that's a weird time.
What the hell is that about?
I don't know if his pause there or they meant to do that.
Oh my gosh! Shut the hell up and get in the ring.
Indiana Pacers.
Oh my god! Here we go.
Okay, this is interesting. I'm not a big Indiana Pacers fan. I don't know who this. Well,
Neither am I.
I know who this is because the Dallas Mavericks beat him all the time. But
Nice shirt though. I want a shirt customized just for myself. You know you can get those customized, right?
the 316.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrese. Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, Tyrese. The only reason I know him is because when the Dallas Mavericks play him, he's always the guy we beat. So.
Here we go. We got a face off.
Now this is interesting.
I like that. That's dope. That's pretty dope right there.
This reminds me of WCW when they had Karl Malone.
Yes.
And what's his name?
Dennis Rodman.
This is what this is. If only this was the NBA Finals, because that's what they did. Like they took the Jazz and they took guy from the Bulls. They were in the finals the same year and they put him on TV.
Yeah.
They gotta have them fighting or do something tonight.
It was great TV. You had to be there.
They gotta do that tonight. they just had them like they kind of had a face off there. They got to do something.
That was a
Like
great face off too. I was like, oh, that's what I'm talking about.
they got to have someone try to help Logan in a patient, and then the other guy, uh, Jalen Brunson needs to help out LA Knight or someone. And then they start
Yeah.
fighting. That's what needs to happen. It was. If anyone doesn't remember this, I'm sure. I know, like they got it on the Peacock. You got to someone. You probably have to find the date of it and go through the Nitro episodes. But
Mhm.
even in the documentaries, they talk about this that they took around the NBA Finals season. Hogan teamed up with Dennis Rodman, NWO. That kind of made sense. Then DDP got Carl Malone in a
Yeah.
tag team match.
By the way, Carmelo did a perfect diamond cut. I mean, perfect.
Yeah, and he mentioned that he would do anything for Diamond Dallas Page. Basically, like that's the first time they met was I think they were he was at a basketball game and he uh, he contacted Eric Bischoff and was like, "Would you want to have Carl Malone on Nitro?" And of course Eric Bischoff he was wanting everybody on there.
I was like, hell yeah.
And then like that episode drew 5.2 million views. Like that episode, like that tag match, and
Oh, Lord.
it was the perfect thing about it was the Bulls and the Jazz were in the finals that year,
Yeah, I remember that.
and they had them going against each other. That's what made it so much more interesting.
It was perfect. It was great. It was great television. I mean, it was great television.
I would like to see WWE do this again. I mean, obviously they got it right now, but it's not the final season,
Yeah,
and the Knicks or the Pacers did not go to the finals, and they haven't been in years, and probably aren't going to be in the finals for years. But I think Pacers and I think they want to get each other in the playoffs this season.
Hmm.
NBA.
I hate to do this, but I have to compliment Logan Paul. He did a pretty good gut wrench suplex a little bit in the match. I can't hate. That was a good gut wrench.
Yeah, a lot of the moves that he does are pretty. For a guy that hasn't been wrestling as long as he has, he does it like he's been wrestling for years.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna. It's just what I'm saying. Like I don't like the guy personally, but I'm not gonna hate on the man's skills. I mean, he can get it done. Oh, and is that an alley oop? He did an alley oop.
Damn, that was actually pretty good.
That was a good alley oop.
And I looked at the bracket, and then this year in the playoffs, the
I
Indiana
haven't seen one of
Pacers.
those series. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Ooh, that was good. In the NBA playoffs this season, the Pacers and New York Knicks did go against each other in the semifinals, and the Pacers won. So
Yeah.
you got a bit of a rivalry out there. Both guys technically went against each other, and the heel actually won. Well, the Indiana Pacers are technically the heels in this story, and Jalen
Technically,
Brunson
yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
and the Knicks are the faces. So there's a story there, kind of. I like to see like them get like LeBron James, or it really needs to be like WCW did it, like two guys from the finals the same year, and have them in
Yeah.
this. Money in the Bank is going to be awesome. So, who do you want to see win the men's Money in the Bank, and who do you want to see win the women's Money in the Bank? I think we already
Oh, nice
discussed.
question.
I know you said Jey Uso for the men. I think
yeah.
Jay.
I think Tiff for the women.
it's basically I'm the same way. I'm still torn between Jay or Chad Gable. Uh, Connor, who do you want to see win the? Well, yeah, I'll say it again. I want Chad Gable or Jay in the men's, and definitely Tiffany for the women's. The only person that has to talk to Roman Reigns, one person that has to talk, his family. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, Who is Logan Paul supposed to be in the Speed Defense?
Apollo Creed.
Yeah, in a way, yeah,
Uh,
kind of a little bit.
Living in America.
Maybe a knockoff version of Apollo Creed. But
I was thinking Lex Luger like back when they was doing like the Lex Express BS.
yeah, Lex Express. Yeah.
I'll be your hero. Looking ass.
I remember the commercials and they used to have like the actual bus that had the Lex Express on it, and then like they would have a
Yeah,
bunch of people hoard over Lex Luger, and they're basically trying to make him the next Hulk Hogan.
trying to.
It worked for like Lex Luger was pretty good in the ring. I wish he would have won the world title from. See, he was stupid. Like they had him beat Lex Luger, but he didn't win the title. He slammed Lex Luger, but he won by count out. And people was like, "Yay, he won! Yay!" But he didn't win the title. So,
Exactly. Like they celebrated like he won the
yeah,
big
and he
belt,
didn't.
and like he just all he did was slam Yokozuna. Chill out.
I mean, he
Isn't
technically
he's
beat.
not the only person to do it?
Well, if you watch our interview on the All Elite Zone with Ahmed Johnson, Lex Luger
Yeah,
wasn't the
Ahmed
first.
Johnson, he did it.
Lex Luger technically was not the first person to slam Yokozuna. The first person to slam Yokozuna was Ahmed Johnson.
True
I don't
fact.
know. I don't know if it was a televised event or where it was on, but
I think it was dark. No, it wasn't dark. It was it must have been a house show.
yeah. But
And
soon
then
after,
I think he did it again on. I think he did it again on Raw.
yeah, I know Lex Luger's slammed him a few times, but
It's just like the myth of Hulk Hogan being the only person to slam Andre. He's probably like I would say probably maybe the seventh or eighth person to slam Andre that people got to see. You know,
probably. Oh
but
damn!
his was the most impactful because he was Hulk Hogan and it was in the contract, brother, and whatnot.
He sent him on WrestleMania too. They put him in the brightest light, so people will remember only him doing it because he was in the. It's happened so many times in wrestling. Like someone does something first, but someone will do it again and get the most credit for doing it, and they didn't even
Right.
do it first.
There's actually a list. If you look on YouTube, there's a video that has a list of the people that body slammed Andre before Hulk Hogan. That's true. Look it up.
I mean, I like Lex Luger. I thought he was a good wrestler. I didn't think he was gonna be the next Hulk Hogan, but he was the next Lex Luger. Everyone,
Exactly.
a lot of fans like to say this person should be the next someone, but when it should be is just like what is going on my stream? I don't know. I guess it's live feed. I don't know.
Try to refresh it. Is it skipping or something, or
I
is it
think
delaying?
I think it's the show itself. Because sometimes it just blacks out, and sometimes there's no audio, and then sometimes
Okay.
oh, that woman just flipped off LA Knight. Why?
Oh, I just saw that.
What that woman just? I wonder who she's
Damn.
going for. Going.
She's not a fan. She's not a fan of LA Knight, apparently.
I wonder who she's going for. But she's not going for
Probably
LA Knight.
Logan.
That was the biggest middle finger I've. That's
Oh,
damn. That was pretty good.
him with the old school elbow drop.
Mega Star Elbow. That's a nice name to that. It's been a pretty good
Yeah.
match.
Hell yeah.
But if you get someone, especially in WWE, when in past years the crowds have been dead, they don't react to nothing. If you can get the crowd to chant an F bomb or someone flipping you off, you've done something
Yeah.
good.
You struck a nerve with the public, and that's what you need.
And that woman definitely felt some type of way.
All right. Oh, Logan with the damn break at the pin.
Someone's
Logan's
gonna
been
have
trained by the best, so It's no wonder he looks as good as he does tonight.
Are the fans chanting the F bomb or something? I don't know why.
Yes, they've been screaming the F bomb pretty much all night,
That must be why they're
and
muting.
I love it. Yeah.
I can't wait. Well, I can't say that about SmackDown because SmackDown will be on USA, but at least I can't wait till Raw's on Netflix.
The gloves are off then.
At this point, I wish both Raw and SmackDown was on Netflix, but something's gonna happen and Santos is gonna get the pin. Oh damn!
Oh, oh my God!
Is Logan still on the top? He's coming down from the
I know
heavens.
that.
Put your knees up. Oh God damn it! He didn't put his
Damn.
knees up.
Frog
He had a swanton. That's good.
Swanton. Ah! Oh, that
And
was
he
a close.
kicks out. He kicks out 2.99.
That was a
Look
close.
at that. That was a damn good swanton. I ain't gonna lie.
That was
Like I
super.
said, I've always said this. I've been saying this since he's been wrestling. I'm not hating on Logan's skills. That man's
Oh.
got skills in the ring. I just think he's a son of a bitch.
Oh shit! Now I was gonna.
See,
No.
you called
No.
it. You called it, Connor. You called it.
Oh, now Jalen Brunson needs to do something.
Yeah, the damn brass rings. Of course. There you go.
Oh,
Here we
shit.
go. You called it, Connor, all the way. You calling it. You called this snack. You called this. You called this like 2 minutes ago.
Here we go. Let
Got
him
the
go.
showdown. Get the refs. Now get the fuck out of the way, refs. Let him go. Let him fight.
You guys know how
Let's
many.
move.
You guys know
You
how
sit there
much.
at the fence already.
You guys know this would make headlines tomorrow morning.
Hell yeah. You see how the fans are going off? They're like, get the
Let 'em
fuck out of the
go.
way, ref.
Let them fight. Let
Ooh.
them fight.
Santos got the.
And then you forget there's a match going on. I love it. This is professional wrestling at its finest.
Oh.
Oh, and it hits him.
Oh, not like
Hell no.
you son of a bitch. No,
He
no.
pulled the tights. Oh, he rolled it. He
No.
rolled it. He rolled it.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
He stole that one. Logan Paul's pissed. That was a good match.
That was fucking awesome. Excuse my language, folks. That was awesome.
The only thing that they didn't do right was the play that they should have had them do something physical, at least something small. They still can do it if they're
Now
smart.
you notice that Logan Paul tried to pull the tights, and LA Knight interceded in that. He knew he was going to try to pull the tights. So he countered that by pulling his tights and going back further on it and putting that leverage on him. He couldn't kick out.
I think something's still gonna happen. He's still got those brass knucks.
They didn't bring that tall. Oh, here we go.
Oh, Jalen Brunson.
He got a chair. Here we go.
I want to see a tag.
I'm mad. I'm going to get a chair.
This is a tag match right here. They got to do
Now
this.
you know it goes down when black folks grab a chair.
They got to do a tag match. they got to make this into a tag match, a legit tag match.
I'm saying like some LT and Bam Bam Bigelow type stuff.
You know?
He's got the crowd booing. He knew. He
I love it. This is good. This is good.
This is gonna
All right, I see. Logan Paul got him out of the way. All right.
Like the NBA is in the off season right now. They're not doing practice, having games. Do a tag match. Like do it next week on SmackDown. Like they don't have to do hardly anything, but just let them do something physical, and then that would just be so fun.
This is good. I enjoyed this. This is pretty good.
Even if they don't do anything more with this, it was pretty fun to see. Just this.
Hell yeah.
Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin.
And I'm thinking to myself, what's Baron Corbin's agenda?
That's a good question.
Exactly. Think about that. Hold on, I'll be right back. Somebody's knocking on my door. Be
All right.
right back.
One does not know. WWE Hall of Famer and one half of the Wild Samoan Sika that passed away this week. He is the father of Roman Reigns. In Madison Square Garden, the Wild Samoans did a lot at Madison Square Garden. So make either way, it makes sense doing a tribute. Even if it wasn't at Madison Square Garden, they needed to do something because the Wild Samoans are probably one of the best tag teams in WWE history.
It's so easy to get your windshield replaced using SafeLight. Tell the people why you haven't done it already, my man. Let's start it off as a chip and grew into a crack, and it just keeps going. So what do we do now? I went ahead and scheduled an appointment online at SafeLight.com. Told them to meet us here at the beach. Let's get started. SafeLight Repair. SafeLight Replay. Yeah, schedule free mobile service at SafeLight.com.
Okay, we're on commercial break. We still got one more women's qualifying match. We got it's Blair, Naomi, and Indy Hartwell. As I said earlier, the Bloodline is closing the show.
All right, I'm back.
Are you still on commercials too?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
the Raw must be coming on tonight. Did I have all these commercials to pay for it? Like the Rock's got to do something. Like
Jeez. Okay, I think we're back. I think we're back. I ain't gonna lie. I want some Yeet sunglasses. Just to wear the live shows and tapings.
Yeah, that
whenever I
would.
go.
I really want to go to this New York thing. Every week on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, they showed us a lot, and it makes me want to go to it. I mean, I'd be broke.
It looks pretty tempting and enticing. I ain't gonna lie. If I had the money to do it, I'd probably go.
Obviously, I'd meet Punk for sure. But I'd also meet Paul Heyman. I've never met Hulk Hogan, so I'd probably meet. I don't know. I'd be hard to pick and choose because I'd imagine
Right.
I'd imagine a lot of people are expensive.
Well, you know, the last person I want to see is Hulk Hogan. So
Yeah, but if it came down to Punk or Hogan, I'd pick Punk.
I mean, like honestly speaking, if I had the disposable income and the way to go, I mean, the thing is, man, I could probably go, but I don't have the time to, and I don't want to spend all that money to because these days, I mean, to, to it's expensive. It's getting really expensive.
See, I'm already
Even to
going.
ride a bus it's gotten expensive.
Yeah, so I'm going to SummerSlam, so I don't really want to blow more money going to that. And not that I wouldn't want to go, but it has to be a lot of money. Yeah, like I had already purchased SummerSlam stuff, so which I don't regret purchasing SummerSlam stuff. I don't. I mean, I've never been to a WWE pay per view ever. I've never been to SummerSlam ever, so. But I wish they quit showing it because it's making me want to go every week to show.
I recommend going to a WWE pay per view.
Yeah,
I mean,
me
it's
and my
basically a big party that has wrestling in the middle of it. Really
yeah, me and my uncle we're going to Summers. I mentioned it before, but we're going to SummerSlam. We're going to SmackDown too the night before.
awesome.
Then we'll be going to WrestleCon and we'll be doing the tailgate SummerSlam thing. And I plan on making a vlog for it.
Oh man, I love that lighting with Blair Davenport. See the lighting in the ring? That was dope.
That was
That's some old WWF stuff. I
that
remember
was,
whenever Owen Hart, whenever he was the King of Hearts, they had a little thing of him going around when he was like he was on a
that was
card.
but she does have pink on. I wonder if she did that in tribute to the Hart family, or if it was just something that she wanted. But that's very unique. No one does that in WWE, and hasn't
I
done that
love that.
in years.
I mean, I remember Shawn Michaels did that. He had the
Yeah.
Heartbreak Kid logo. They used to go
Oh,
around, and whenever nobody was wrestling, it was just the WWF logo that would go around on the ring. As far as the lighting casting down and the laser, I mean, it was that's great. I love it.
I'll be right back.
I'm all about okay. I'm all about using lasers and great lighting. And I mean, come on, that's like the cherry on top of the cake. Naomi coming out with the glow. And that's what I'm saying. Like Naomi, her character, has a great excuse to use, black lights, neon, strobes. I mean, mess with all the lighting you can, make it look awesome. I think it's great. I love it. The black lighting and then the hair works. It glows. I mean, it's great. It works. They thought that. I mean, I respect that. Is that they thought all of it out from to the T. It's all down to a science with them. Here we go. Ding ding. Oh, Naomi's going on the. Oh, she's going on an attack quick. Uh-oh. Andy pulling double duty tonight. She interfered in the earlier match, and now she's in part of this match. And Naomi's seeing everything they're doing. Oh, they caught her. They both caught her. She's out front of a whistling. And Indy's like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you talking about, Indy? You just pulled some bullshit earlier. Now you mad at her for pulling some bullshit." I love it. I love the hypocritical angle that she's leaning in right now. That's hilarious. Oh, Indy. Oh, she swings Naomi at Blair and then gives her a power bomb. That was pretty sick, though. I like that one. That was cool. She swung at her like Naomi was a bat. Oh, here we go. That's nice. Oh, damn. Stump on the back. These matches are hot tonight, though. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, look, blur off the stairs. Let's see what they did there. Oh, another commercial. Great. That was great. See, every match tonight has pretty much been hitting, and the segments have also been hitting as well. So no complaints right now. No complaints at all, really. And they're furthering stories along. They're pushing stories, whether they're noticeable or not. It's very subtle, but it's great. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of this DLC that 2K24 has right now. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun with it, honestly speaking. Now, in the last DLC, we got new weapons, of course. In this, we also got new weapons in this DLC too. We got a freaking
megaphone, Jimmy Hart's megaphone, and everything. I mean, it's pretty cool. With the last DLC, we got the barbed wire bat. We got the light tubes. I believe the door. I'm not sure who uses the door, but my preference is the barbed wire bat, light tube, and sledgehammer. And to pop the fans, I pull the table out. That's just how I play. But yeah, I mean, they put a lot of pretty cool stuff now. And new moves as well. I mean, if you look at the moves, the new move sets, they've stepped it up when it comes down to as far as uh, fan service, I believe. Matter of fact, if you would like to download one of my players, uh, just go and create a character, create character creation. You know where to go to get all that. Uh, Type in hashtag Tony Showtime, one word, capital T at the beginning. Another one I have is Violent Rage. The people that the people that you've seen playing that I've been playing with, you can also play with them. So yeah, you can download them to play with, and yeah, they put a candy commercial on. I love candy.
Hmm.
I'm not kidding. I have Gushers. I have a bag of Gushers right here.
That was my favorite stuff to eat. I used to
Perfect
love
munchy food.
fruit roll ups, and it's almost Halloween a little bit.
Yeah, we're
We got.
getting there.
I was gonna. My dog did something pretty gross. He got a frog. Talk about gushers.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
My dog.
I've had that. That's happened to me too. I see what you mean. I know what you mean.
My dog's a pretty big dog. Not too big, but he's pretty big, and he likes to do stuff with frogs, and it's something I wish I would not have seen, but I essentially
Mm,
saw murder.
the sucker of life.
Yeah, anyone ever. I wouldn't wish on that. My dog, I never looked at him the same since he did that. Talking about frogs,
Yeah.
blast. Essentially,
Uh,
talking about gushers is
well, she
just
was just
like Punk said.
protecting. She was protecting the household and eating dinner at the same time.
Just like Punk says, sometimes just can't get close. It's stuff happens. Hey, I'm going Blair Davenport this match, but I would like to see Naomi win.
I'm going for Naomi
I don't
just
think
because she's
Indy
a part of the bloodline.
I don't think Indy Hartwell really has a chance of winning this. I mean, there's always a possibility, but
Oh, nice spine buster though,
damn
and
the
another
moment,
one for great measure on top of Naomi.
damn the moment I
Oh
said,
yeah,
the moment I said she doesn't have a shot, did she?
damn, that was dope.
Like how tonight, even Chad Gable said this in an interview that Triple H likes to include. He tries to include the most people as he can in the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
tonight's been
timely. I
awesome.
agree.
Like, not everyone can get the most minutes, but he likes to include a lot of people. Maybe if it's a big segment, small segment, maybe you get 5 minutes, maybe you get 2 seconds, maybe it's a small segment. He likes to include as the most people as he can to keep involved. Like we've seen Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews. It wasn't something
Yeah.
big, but it was something very deadly. He's trying to fit a lot of people in.
Oh,
Oh, damn. Falcon Arrow.
that was a
But
good Falcon Arrow. I'm listening to you. I'm just watching. I'm watching.
but that statement by Chad Gable is pretty accurate that he tries to include them. He can't include everybody, but you can see there's an effort that he's trying to include as many people as he can
Yeah.
to a show, and we've seen that tonight for sure.
I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't stop going off over Naomi's gear. That is so awesome. I wonder who thought of that. I want to. I just want to shake their hand. I'm like, that's brilliant, brilliant work.
I love to interview some WWE. I don't know how you go about like AEW. I've done, but how to get WWE people on for an interview that'd be interesting. Like that's something I would like to ask. Like who inspired the gear? Like was that your idea? Was it someone else's idea?
Sorry for the noise. My dog's trying to grab her toy.
Ooh, damn. Indy Hartwell. Oh, what we got here? Oh, didn't want to get that all the way, but I don't know. Indy might have a shot. Actually, she's actually surprised me. Surprised. I can't talk. She's actually surprised me in this match.
I mean, I think you can call it a dark.
Yeah,
Oh,
you may
okay.
have messed up. You may have still had second thoughts about what you did in the
See,
opening.
now you done messed up. That's when you pause and you were like, "This is where she messed up."
It's a good storytelling because
Yep, that's karma, baby. Instant.
Naomi might get it right here.
Oh, roll up, girl.
Naomi
She
wins.
spanked her dude. I like that. She spanked her. You see that?
Yeah.
I love it.
Naomi picks up the win. She moves.
Oh man, Naomi, Tiff.
One more
Oh,
person on the Raw side that will be added.
Naomi, Tiff, Chelsea, Io, and
Light of Valkyria.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I didn't want to mess up the name.
We'll have one more person from Raw. There's three. There's for men and women. There's three for Raw and three for SmackDown. Personally, I wish they would have.
Man.
Personally, I wish they would have done 7. 3 from Raw, 3 for
Mhm.
SmackDown, and 1 from NXT for men's and women's.
Yeah.
That'd have been interesting if they'd done that. That was a good match. I'm glad that Naomi. I was going for Blair Davenport, but I'm glad Naomi got the win. She's been getting a little bit more wins here recently. She beat Chelsea Green here recently, and then she won
Mm-hmm.
Triple Threat. So it's good to see her getting some wins.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see
Definitely.
anybody on Twitter saying that WWE buries her because that's not the case.
Right.
If they say that,
I
then they
think.
just don't.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying that if someone says that, then they just don't watch. They just don't watch the show. They
Right.
just
If you're complaining, then you're not watching the product.
you're just saying something that someone else is saying that. Um,
And that's a funny thing, though. I've noticed it, and I kind of hit on this a little bit already, but I'm gonna add on to it. Like a lot of these people in the internet wrestling community that want to talk about, you know,
yeah, easy do.
wrestling and stuff. They don't even know what they're talking about. They half the time they watch clips on freaking Twitter. They watch clips on TikTok. They watch clips, and then when you pull their card and ask them a real question about what's going on in the storylines, they can't tell you anything. They say, "Well, I don't watch it. I just watch clips."
Instead, like there'll be some fans on Twitter,
You know?
like they'll come at me and say that I don't watch AEW. Well, I can say I do watch AEW because you can check out the All Elite Zone, and I watch every week. So
Right.
here recently, I've been having a lot of overload at work, and I haven't been able to do that. But I still watch.
Yeah. And the thing is that if you're going to complain about it, at least watch the product and then have your opinion. But if you've never seen it and you're just going by what you see on the internet,
So
and you're going by what you see on posts on Twitter and Facebook,
See, lots of
It's
times,
just it's just exactly.
yeah,
Don't go by that. Watch the product.
lots of times it's people that like they'll just agree with someone else if it's good or bad. Like they'll say the show was awesome, and they didn't even watch the show, and they're saying it's
The
awesome.
sheep, yeah, the sheep,
Like,
the followers, yeah,
and then you got people saying that the show was bad, and then they're just copying someone else, and they didn't watch the show to see if it was vice versa. It just
exactly. It's just like if you see, it's just like if you watch a preview for a movie, and if you hear people talking about how bad the movie was, or or whatever, like see and then like you get tested on the same movie that people happen just to see, that people have happened to have saw, excuse me. And you get tested on that stuff. Like let's say like it's a they pop quiz you, and it's like, how are you gonna know anything whenever you don't even watch it?
that you gotta watch
And
at
like
least watch.
you can't just walk in there and say, oh, it sucked because I heard it sucked. You have to know. You have to go in there and see it. You have to know what's no. Tell me why it sucks. Why does it suck? Give me a good reason, other than you seeing it on YouTube, or you see it on Facebook, or you see it on Twitch. Give me a good reason why you don't like this type of, why you don't like this thing or this part or whatever. If you can do that, then good. If you're just sitting there talking about, I just don't like the product. I don't watch it. I don't watch it. I don't like it. That's one sided and pig-headed and judgmental.
At least watch 80% of the show. Like,
At least
but for me,
75% tops. Then
yeah,
you'll get a good feel of it.
like I watched AEW regularly for years now, and this is not just AEW. You know, this can be for any promotion. Fans will they'll say a show's bad for really just anything of entertainment, not even wrestling.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. It goes in music too.
for
Music as well.
someone like me who's watched AEW for years, and I don't care what happens on the damn show. I'll just stop watching because at least I've watched. Okay, this
Thing
is
is, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm adding on to what you're saying. The thing is that when you watch it, you have your own opinion to it. You can actually form your opinion. You're not just talking at your ass. You actually know what you're talking about.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are you
Oh,
laughing at?
when you said blow it out your
No,
ass.
no, I'm saying that you're not just talking out your ass.
Yeah,
You know what you're talking about.
yeah,
I'm saying that you don't just jump on here and you don't just jump in here and just talk.
no, like
You actually know what you're saying and know what you're talking about, and you're coherent.
yeah, I agree with you. Like I wasn't laughing at your comment. It was funny.
No, I know what you're laughing at.
I care fans like that on Twitter. It's not even just wrestling, like TV shows. It could be anything of entertainment. People just at
Yeah,
least watch it and then say you don't like it, and don't
exactly.
you don't watch the show at all, and you just see clips on YouTube and you hear other people talk about it, and then that's your opinion.
And that goes back to what you said earlier. People want things popcorn ready. They don't want to sit back and enjoy a story being told in front of their eyes. They don't want to sit back and just spectate. They don't know. Well, this person should win. I want this person to win. Oh, they don't win. I'm not watching. Oh, I quit. I don't like it.
Now I have
You
been like
know,
that to some degree with Chad Gable, but I didn't stop watching.
exactly.
Well, I was fed up, and I said I didn't care about the storyline, but I didn't never said I wouldn't. I was done watching.
But you want to see what happens to Chad Gable.
Yeah, and now I'm intrigued because he won.
There you go.
He won on Monday, and now he's with the possibly Creed brothers. So now, as I've gotten older, uh, you kind of look at things differently. You know, before I had to say a lot like these fans are today. Like, give me, and then, but
Yeah.
now as you get older, you kind of look at things, and sometimes waiting a little bit makes it even more fun. Having a good story.
True fact. I agree. Rab Booze agrees as well.
Talking about returning tonight, I say more realistically, Jimmy Uso returns, but I don't know if Rock would
Mm.
return. It's a possibility. They're in New York City.
If the Rock
Maybe.
was going to return, you would have you would know about it. Let's be honest. If the Rock was going to be there, everybody would know.
I
So
say most likely
let's
Jimmy
be
Uso.
real about that.
I think most likely Jimmy Uso. I feel like a lot of fans are sitting them. If they're like some fans probably like dead serious, Rock's going to be on there, or Roman, or
Mhm.
if they are, I mean, I'd pop for it. But is that an MJF shirt?
It looked MFJ. That is MFJ. That's
I thought
MFJ.
I thought that was an
That's
MJF shirt.
MFJ, bro.
It looks a lot like MJF shirt.
Tama Tonga has an MFJ shirt on. That says MFJ. I'm looking right
MF.
at it.
So it looks like it would be an MF. Yeah.
MFJ. Yeah.
If you just switch
So
those.
let's turn those two letters the other way. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you see what they're trying to say.
MJF. I wonder if he did that intentionally.
They're planting those subliminal seeds, man. I'm telling you.
But next week's SmackDown looks stacked. Uh, Especially, I guess is it tag team week next Friday? But it's Jade and Bianca versus Candice and Indy. We got Pretty Deadly versus Street Profits, as we saw earlier in the episode. They kind
Yeah.
of go towards that. And we have a pretty big match, DIY versus A Town Down for the WWE Tag Team Championships. For the
Oh
titles.
yeah. For the
So
titles, baby. DIY. Let's go.
I hope they win. Personally, I like to do this for I said, just so I can get credited for it. But if they win, I'm gonna DIY wins. I'm gonna be happy either way because they've
I ain't
deserved.
gonna lie, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll just say that they've deserved some main roster tag team gold. So if they win, I'm not gonna be mad.
I agree. If DIY don't win, we riot.
If they don't win, then they're going the route that I said probably. Then they're gonna win at SummerSlam.
They're gonna get those titles. Come hell or high water. You understand?
Which have kind of teased Austin Theory and Grayson Waller splitting out. Kind of.
That could be the catalyst for them getting those titles. Austin can wake up and be like, okay, he's using me. Screw this. I'm out.
But if
Or
but
go ahead.
if DIY win, I mean, if DIY loses, they're doing what I said. They're gonna say that they've lost so many times. They're gonna have one more shot at SummerSlam. If they lose, they'll never tag together again. Then they're gonna win. But if they win on Friday, next Friday, I'm happy with that because they've deserved some gold for a while.
I agree. We've talked about that for a long time. You and I both have talked about that for years about DIY getting those titles. I mean, like when they were in NXT and they broke up all that stuff. I mean,
in the past few weeks, I've been watching mainly our SmackDown reviews because they're all on SmackDown. We've been talking about how the story could play out and DIY winning really for years. They've done the NXT stuff. Gargano and Ciampa has went against each other. They've tagged together. Now it's all been on NXT, and now since Triple H is in charge of the main roster, now we get a better chance of seeing a lot of stuff that we saw play out in NXT on the main roster.
the Samoan werewolf coming down right now.
They gave him the fire, and they got the They gave him it
I
all.
see him though, but I want the main one now.
All you have to do is
If you know,
bowl.
then you know it's going down right now.
Does anyone still believe?
They will.
Samoan Joe.
They gave Jacob one of the coolest entrances though. Got the red light coming down. That's great. The
They
Samoan werewolf.
they aced that entrance.
Wait till you see the main one though. That's gonna be the one that's gonna stop the show.
But for me, Raw's been the better show, like for the past few weeks. But this is 2 weeks in a row now that both Raw and SmackDown has been excellent. Last week on SmackDown we had Punk and McIntyre, and we had Jacob Fatu debut, and then this week we have the opening, which was really good. We have a lot of good qualifying matches. We got two NBA players almost getting into a fight. We have
That was cool.
then they're continuing the momentum on Raw with the Uncle Howdy stuff that was good when they debuted. Then the next week we had that really good segment with Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy. The Chad Gable stuff, and then on SmackDown they're continuing. This 2 weeks in a row now that both shows have been really, really good. Next week's SmackDown looks really good too, as we got 3 tag team matches and one's a title match. That the team winning is a very big payoff. Potentially winning, I should say.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially, maybe potentially.
I hope they win. I'd rather them win, and I mean, I would like to see the story I said play out, but if I just want to see them win it. And maybe they do Grayson Waller versus Austin Theory at SummerSlam in a singles match.
Yeah.
Because they've been kind
See,
of.
that's the thing though. They're gonna fight. It's just like when and where, you know.
I mean, they could do it on a SmackDown, Austin Theory, and I mean, an argument could be made that match isn't SummerSlam material, but normally on WrestleMania and normally on the bigger pay-per-views they have a lot more matches. Because here recently the pay-per-views have been 5 matches and maybe a pre-show match, but maybe 5 matches. But for SummerSlam we'll have more matches, so I mean I wouldn't mind seeing it on pay-per-view, but or PO.
I mean, don't you dare conform. Don't you dare. It is a pay-per-view. We all pay for it, whether you know it or not. It's still a pay-per-view. It's just like when they try to call wrestlers superstars. They're wrestlers. Come on, stop it.
I like that WWE that some of the wrestlers call them wrestlers now. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I like that. That was the Old Testament.
I think
you know what I mean.
I think Roman's coming back now because he just said acknowledge me.
Now you can't do an acknowledgement ceremony without having
the
tribal chief be there now.
Or
this sets up the Civil War. Who's the tribal chief? You know, like who's Solo answering to? Like in my head, Solo's answering to Solo.
It could be.
You know what I'm saying? He's going rogue, like Paul Heyman said.
Could be that he's the new tribal chief, and there's a person above the tribal chief, and that's the final boss.
True.
Check out Paul Tuesday and say his first words.
Oh, that's how I saw it playing out.
No,
He's a werewolf, folks.
Samoan werewolf.
Damn it. Somebody's knocking on my door again. I'll be right back.
Hey. Paul Heyman's not going to say it. Roman is fixing to come back. I'm telling you, everyone watching, Roman's fixing to come back. Dude doesn't shave, doesn't look like. His eyes are bloodshot. Paul Heyman doesn't look good. He's about to cry. This dude don't look good at all. Arnold it's gotta be all character. He's not shaved, his eyes bloodshot, all for this story. It has to be.
And I'm back. But yeah, the way Paul Heyman's looking, I was telling you about that. He looked like he's trapped. He's trying to escape. You know,
He hasn't
he's
shaved.
been a prisoner of war.
Looks like he hasn't shaved.
He is. Now, Paul Heyman, I gotta say, man.
Oh shit.
Oh, he did a Sami Zayn on him.
Oh shit. I'm telling you,
Instead of hitting him in the chair, he threw it down. Oh,
Man. Roman's fixing to return. Roman.
Paul has picked a side. All
right, Roman.
Get the hyenas.
Come on, Roman. Oh, they're not gonna have him crush Heyman, are they? That'd be good heat, but come on, Roman.
That'd be great heat. Oh man, he's coming down from the heavens. Look at Solo with the damn Mortal Kombat pose. Oh,
damn! Come on, Roman.
They're gonna kill Paul. Who's gonna save Paul? Who's gonna save him? That's I love it. I love this. Guess who came up with it? Guess whose idea was come up with that? I mean, guess whose idea that probably was for this whole thing as far as exactly.
Roman, someone's gotta help Paul Heyman.
They're gonna put his big ass to a table. Oh, they got him up. Oh, he's on the carry. Oh,
damn.
ECW. Oh.
No one's gonna come out to save.
Paul Heyman is a madman. Oh shit! I think we do have a civil war going on right now.
No one's gonna make the save. They gotta someone make the save.
I ain't gonna lie, they look pretty dope though. They look pretty awesome though. I mean, when was the last time you seen anybody put Paul Heyman through a table via parabomb?
It's really, no one's gonna make the save. Nobody.
Wow.
They're chanting "F you Solo." I know that.
They didn't kill. They just killed Paul Heyman.
It looks like Paul.
That was great, man. He played that all the way to a T. From the stubble on his hair, the eyes, the pouting, it was brilliant.
I think the next time we see Paul Heyman's going to come back with Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso, probably. That's probably
Exactly. I think Paul has chosen a side. He's chosen a side.
chose Roman.
There you go.
That's who he chose. He made that clear.
I love whenever he was a CM Punk, he was like, "Take me with you."
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best. That was like some of the best Paul Heyman acting. And let's not forget, people forget that Paul Heyman is a great actor. If you can't tell, then you haven't been watching the show. Like, straight up. Where's his freaking Oscar?
Yeah,
The
that
thing is,
was
I admire. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, I admire Paul Heyman because of the fact that no matter what happens, he can come up. He's Mr. Fix It when it comes down to a storyline or how to fix a match, and make sure that it goes out the right way. You know, you hit Paul Heyman up, he'll tell you, hey, okay, you can do this, you can do that, or you can do this, you can do that, you can do this. He'll give you options, and he won't tell you what to do, but he'll guide you towards the best option.
Yeah. Pulse Mano was really good tonight. Top to bottom, really. The opening of the show, like we mentioned this earlier, the ending of the show and the opening of the show matters most in a show. And
Yep.
they open the show with the Bloodline getting whooped by Cody, Roman, and no, Cody, Orton, and Owens. We didn't see Jacob Fatu out there, and then they closed the show with the ceremony. Everybody acknowledged Paul. Everyone acknowledged Solo except Paul Heyman. He pretty much he acknowledges Roman as his only tribal chief,
He chose his side.
and I feel like a lot of people are mad because there was no Rock or Roman. But no one promised that. I mean, it wasn't even speculation. No one reported it really. It was just
Pretty much.
fans.
Yeah.
It was just fan speculation, really. But that was pure heat that Solo got.
The
Just
best kind of heat.
even with the chance, "F Solo." That's pure heat right there for Solo. So now fans are wanting Roman back really bad, and when Roman comes back, he's gonna kick his ass. Like fans are wanting Roman back to kick his ass now. And
I mean, that's not the number one chant right now.
And they've
They want Roman.
And they've made Roman's return even bigger now when he does come back. And they've made Solo an even bigger heel because now people want to see him get his ass kicked. But besides the main feat of the show right there, we continued down with the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. The first one we had was Tiffany Stratton. She won. That was a really good match. It was mostly in commercial break for whatever reason, but the ending to the match was good. Nia Jax came out, and then Indy Hartwell came out, and Bianca came out, and Nia Jax. Well, technically, Indy Hartwell costed Jade the match because she pushed Jade to the post, and then
I actually like that. I actually like Indy kind of bringing out her dark side. I think it's cool.
And we've seen it a little bit in her match. Tiffany won. We're getting a little bit of a, partnership with Tiffany and Nia. Tiffany advances. Then we have the next qualifying match. Naomi Blair and Indy Hartwell. She showed the same kind of darkness in this match as well. She did a lot of moves. I feel like she got the most offense in the entire match, really. Even though,
I think so.
And even though she didn't win, it continued on with the story. Jade Cargill came back to cost her her match since she costed Jade her qualifying match.
Tit for tat.
And that sets up next week's tag match that set up tonight. And then we had one men's qualifying match, which was probably the best match on the entire show, match wise. LA Knight, Logan Paul, Santos Escobar. The match itself was good in ring, but not even that. What made it even more spectacular is we got Jalen Brunson. Now they're in New York City, Madison Square Garden. This is where the New York Knicks play. They got Jalen Brunson, and they have Tyrese. I don't know what his last name is, from the Indiana Pacers. The same two teams who went against each other in the playoffs, and Indiana wins. And we didn't really get anything physical between the NBA players, but after the match was over, we can kind of got a tease of a tag team match. Maybe it could happen, may not happen, but it was still fun. It was still fun to see that happen because I didn't think they would get. I mean, we seen them in the crowd, but I don't think anyone them to do anything like in the ring or anything. But that was probably like in ring. That was the best match of the show. Logan Paul did really good. Santos, like all three of them did good, and then the NBA players just added sprinkles to the match.
I agree.
Yeah, for me that was the match of the night. But top to bottom, this was a really good SmackDown episode. 2 weeks in a row, the SmackDown's been really good. Last week we had Punk and McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, and what you always want to do is after you have a really good show, continue the momentum to the next show. And I feel like they did that tonight, especially with the Bloodline story. Jacob Fatu debuts, and the very next week we get him putting Paul Heyman through a table. So
I mean, this is awesome. This is awesome. I love it.
I'm loving it. I'm in.
Like that's how, like talking about progressing stories. That's how you do it. Even on Raw with the Uncle Howdy stuff. That's how you carry over momentum. And I think they 2 weeks in a row on Raw and SmackDown, they both did it with their storylines. And now I'm intrigued to see. Now, like they just made Roman's return even bigger. Because I guarantee you, the next time we see Paul Heyman, he's going to be mad and he's going to come out walking like he does with Roman and Jimmy and Jay, and it's just going to be all hell breaks loose.
Exactly. Yeah,
I think I was talking about this. I'm not sure how long ago I was saying this, but
I was speaking about when Roman returns, he's going to be one of the biggest baby faces that they've ever seen because of the fact that all this is happening. I'm telling you, when he comes back, he's going to come back as a face, as a baby face. You know, it's clear to see. The people want it. It's going to happen. And apparently these days, WWE is listening to the people. Go figure.
Yeah. But yeah, top to bottom, I thought it was a very good show. They did what a show needed to do: get people intrigued when the show starts and get them intrigued when it ends. And in the middle too, with Logan Paul and stuff. So the end, the middle, and the end, they got that all down pat.
It's like making a good movie.
Yeah, Triple H said it a few days ago that WWE isn't a sport, but it's a show about a sport. Or I guess that's how he phrased it. He like it's kind of like the Attitude Era was like it was a show about a wrestling show.
This is my Vince Man. This is my Vince Man impression. He does a pat jug of his water. we make movies.
Yep.
Insane.
Yeah, Triple H said something similar to that, but basically WWE isn't a sport, but it's about us. I don't know. He made a comment. I can't remember.
Well, Raw is a show that happens to be about wrestling. Yeah, blew your mind right there, didn't I?
Yeah, between the two shows, Raw has more wrestling, and SmackDown does have a lot of wrestling, but it's more story. Raw, if you want a lot of wrestling, it's kind of simple because Raw is 3 hours, SmackDown's 2 hours, so it's kind of already Raw. You get the most wrestling because 3 hours, but even the wrestling on SmackDown was good. The Money in the Bank qualifying matches we got, And then next week, talking about carrying over momentum, we got. I guess next week's tag team week on SmackDown. We got women's tag.
Uh,
We got
I think Teddy Long. I think Teddy Long's back there, right? You know.
yeah. The only thing we're missing is the Undertaker. It's the only thing we're missing.
Right.
And next week's tag team week, we got Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell versus Jade Bianca, Street Profits and Pretty Deadly, who we haven't seen in a while, and DIY and A-Town Down. Hopefully that DIY and A-Town Down's the main event, especially if DIY's winning. Hopefully
It should be.
Which next week's crowd has 16,000 tickets sold, kind of like tonight. So if they have a hot crowd, you close the show with DIY winning.
I mean, you can't lie with the numbers. I mean, since the beginning of 2024, they've been putting out banger after banger, and that's not a pun. I'm just saying they've been hitting with the ratings and the numbers, the attendance. I mean, they're putting on a damn good show these days, and I'm not complaining at all.
It's kind of a flashback to Canada from NXT when they had FCR, the Revival versus DIY.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
tonight's crowd was hot. We had 17,000 tickets sold. As of now, next week in Toronto was 16,000. By next week, it could be 17,000. The crowd's hot like tonight. You have DIY winning the main event, and then you got a hot crowd. That's just Cinderella.
I'm predicting a sellout.
Probably will. It is the weekend of the Money in the Bank, so
That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler, folks.
it probably will. Because this morning they were at 16,000 for tonight, and then Showtime, I think they crossed 17,000 or maybe probably 18,000. But yeah, top to bottom good show. If I had to rate it, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
You know what? I'm right with. I'm on the same boat, bro. I'm giving it a 9, a solid 9. I mean, it would have been a 10 if Roman or The Rock would have showed up. I mean, that's just a given. But yeah, solid 9, up and down. I mean, it was a great show. No complaints. And the thing is, it not only was it a great show, but it also pushed other stories along too, whether people noticed it or not. And that's how you make great entertainment. So yeah, solid 9.
And as Chad Gable said, I'm always going to go back to that. He said that Triple H can't use everybody, but if he tries to use the most people he can. Maybe some people get bigger segments, some people get little segments, like Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews get that little. They didn't get a lot of TV time, but they were in the show. Pretty Deadly, they were in the show. Try to include the most people as you can in a 2-hour show. I thought they did that perfectly. But 9 out of 10 for both of us. Raw was good this week as well. For the last 2 weeks, both shows have been on par with each other. And sometimes NXT is on par with them or better than them sometimes. Sometimes
NXT goes hard though. I ain't gonna lie. NXT they do the damn thing.
Here recently,
I watch it when I can. I usually watch the replays, but they do the damn thing.
I'm not gonna spoil TNA. They had your tapings today, but everybody knows TNA.
Don't please.
Everybody knows WWE or NXT and TNA has been doing a little crossover, but if you watch TNA, definitely watch the next few weeks because this partnership's only getting started. Just watch TNA.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, or maybe I don't even know.
Stick around.
Or maybe I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I think you do. I'm gonna say I don't know what you're talking about.
What all I'm gonna say is I don't know when it's gonna air or what's gonna air when, but if you watch TNA and you're really interested in this partnership, you're not gonna be disappointed. But yeah, we'll try to be back for Monday for Raw, possibly. I was planning on doing a Money in the Bank reaction, but I'll be at Collision the same night. Me and Chris will be at Collisions next Saturday. But we'll try to do a Raw this next Monday and maybe a SmackDown Friday. I'll be with Chris Friday, so maybe we can do it together. Me and him on here.
Have a blast, by the way. Have some fun. Do your thing.
I'm excited to go to Collision, but I don't know. Money in the Bank looks pretty good, but I'll probably watch it when I get back from the show. And
I won't spoil it for you. I promise.
I'm gonna see. That's the hard part for me. I'm on my phone. That's gonna be a hard part.
No,
for
you
me.
always want to check.
Staying off my phone.
I get it, bro.
But Money in the Bank looks to be a good show. Right now we got 5 matches. Could be. Well, no, we're not going to get a 6th. I was going to say Logan Paul and LA Knight, but they're not doing that because LA Knight's in the Money in the Bank match now. So
You got to save that though. I mean, you have to save that one. He can
SummerSlam,
he can be the one that causes him not to get Money in the Bank, and
I
then
feel like
pull that.
Paul,
You know
yeah, Logan Paul should cost LA Knight the match, and SummerSlam
exactly.
LA Knight wins the United States Championship.
Storytelling, right? It's psychology. Go ahead.
Yeah, like WWE, it feels like it is storyline heavy, but also in ring heavy at the same time.
We need that though. That's what you need to keep them invested in watching it. You have to have that. You have to have a fair balance. A fair balance. I think right now it's a fair balance.
Yeah, on all 3 shows, really. I think NXT is, well, yeah, same thing. Like they throw a lot at you, and you still get a lot of wrestling. Yeah, check out the Wide World of Wrestling podcast Facebook in the description below. That's where we'll post all of our promotional material before show starts. We also are in the talks of a new show. That's not a live reaction show. Me and Mr. Jacobs have been discussing. Potentially on Monday we might have a title. Or I think we do. We have a few titles that we're juggling around. But by next Monday we should have a name, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
We are looking for a new show that's not a live reaction show.
It's gonna be great. You'll love it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of good names. We're just gonna. There's a lot of good names, so we'll have to juggle down to one. But if we do live reaction Monday, we'll probably have a name by then, probably. And also check out Mr. Jacobs' Twitch account in the link description below as well. He does Saturday night stuff with WWE 2K, GTA, a lot of gaming content. Everything I'm saying is in the links in the description below. Our Facebook account, our Mr. Jacobs Twitch account. Definitely go check all that out in the links in the description below. Is there anything else you want to add on before we close out?
No, thanks for joining us, and join us again next time.
Oh, that's pretty much it. We will see you guys Monday, possibly for Raw.
Peace.